It has been a crazy 48 hours. We hit the road, and we got, how far is it from Rafine to where we were at? 20 miles? 30 miles?
It was like 30 some minutes.
It was 30 minutes worth of highway driving. And we got halfway up this big mountain here called Afton Mountain, which is actually right near where we were staying in the RV for 8 months at Stephanie's mom's house. And we came up the mountain, and I heard a loud bang, and the wheel started shaking. ABS light came on. Immediately pulled over right away. Luckily, there was enough shoulder there to get over, and went to get out the RV and see what happened. It was on the passenger side here, and the hub, the middle of the wheel, was smoking and spewing out oil. And these hubs have like oil caps on them that keep all the bearings lubricated. So luckily we had Good Sam. We got it like 3 months before we hit the road, and it had free roadside towing, which we are glad we had. Then we called the mechanic, and this is 7 o'clock in the evening, I think. We called the mechanic and told him what happened, because they had just installed new caps for those hubs with oil. And we just paid a lot of money to have that fixed. He went out of his way. He drove up the highway to see us, check on us, and to look at it. And he said he would take care of it, and gave us some suggestions for somebody that could tow us. And it took a long time. We were on the side of the road probably for 5 hours. Luckily, we were near Steph's mom's house, so we were able to send Padme. Steph's mom came and picked Padme up and took her to stay at her house, because we figured we'd be there pretty late. And finally, Good Sam found us a tow truck. Yeah, and then we got towed to the mechanic shop. The mechanic that installed the part let us stay in his lot overnight. Left the gate open for us. Told me where keys were to some vehicles that I could move around to make a spot for us that was nice and level. We got to bed around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and had to turn around and wake up at 7:30, because those guys get here at 8, and they were going to start working on it right away. A gentleman came over, started working on it right away, and he did not stop. He worked from 8 o'clock till around 3 p.m. Non-stop. He even commented a few times, "Man, it's lunchtime, I'm getting hungry." I told him, "Go grab a bite to eat. It's fine." But he kept working. The shop was more than accommodating. Even sleeping in their parking lot, we felt safe, and it was nice and level. He worked on that thing. He had to get parts off that had welded themselves to the spindle on the hub. A lot of grinding and hammering and using the torch to get that thing apart. And then it had left metal behind on the spindle, and he had to grind away at that to get the spindle smooth again, to attach the new bearings. And honestly, I feel like it would have been every bit of $2,000 worth of work between his labor and the amount of parts. They completely rebuilt that side of the hub. So it's all brand new parts. And when they were finished, of course they were more than apologetic, and they told us, it's no charge. Of course, it should never happened. They were so sorry. A new guy had over tightened it. Honestly, I would take the RV back to them. I mean, it was an honest shop. They could have argued that there was some fault in the part or something like that and got out of it, but they didn't. They owned it, and they fixed it, and we really, really appreciated that. The only thing that sucks now is it's really, really windy today. Warm air is rolling into the mountains here, and the wind is just blowing really hard, and I have to cross a tall mountain, and I don't feel 100% safe driving the RV. So we decided to come over here to a campground outside of Waynesboro, North 340. We're going to stay here for one night. We are exhausted. We didn't get much sleep. Be well rested for our trip to Virginia Beach tomorrow, and the wind should be slower.
Yeah. It's 6 o'clock and I'm in my PJs already.
Hitting the highway. Let's hope we don't blow up. Hi, Ada. Teddy. Hi, May. Juicers. I'm just so glad she's up here right now. It's only been 3 days on the road and she's already out here, which is a good sign. I'm just really worried about the cat, so I'm still worried about the other one. I don't know if she'll ever come out, but I'm very glad that at least one of them's out. Right, kitty?
We have officially made it further than we ever have.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We just passed where we were broke down yesterday. So, wait a little further. I hope we make it all the way. See it well, but that's where we live. Down in that valley.
For a snack.
Shoot, yours hurts. Shoot, yours hurts. We're going over the mountain. Does your ear hurt? Your ears? Because we went over the mountain. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Here comes Nilla. She actually did come out. Pulling into our first rest stop where we're not going to the car side.
I'm just going to get out and check and make sure everything looks good. Just because it's been our first extended trip in it. This is probably the longest the RV's ever driven, so we're just gonna see how everything looks. And I need a second. So we're here at a rest stop, and you know, I just needed a break. It was the first rest stop we came to. I wanted to go around. I wanted to check the front hubs, make sure they had plenty of oil. Go around and check the hitch and make sure I'm good. I mean, that is a long rig right there. So you can't see the car at all. Obviously, I have a camera watching it, but I just wanted to go back there and physically check it. Also, when I just started getting a little comfortable driving it, I came upon a situation where there was a car pulled over on the shoulder of the road, and that's normal, but I couldn't get over to the left, but I was trying to squeeze over and give him plenty of room just to be safe. And the guy had a toddler with him, looked like Padme's age, was walking, and he had the toddler out of the car, and the toddler had ran around the back corner of the bumper just as I was coming up on him, and he wasn't holding on to that kid, and it about gave me a dang heart attack. My blood pressure went through the roof. I couldn't get over. Obviously, I can't slow down that fast, and I'm just passing them, and I just got a little shooken up from that. So I just needed a moment to woosah and just breathe a little bit and calm down, and and let my blood pressure go down, because that scared the hell out of me. So, you know, this thing, it's got such a big steering wheel, you know, it's like you're driving it. I mean, you really are constantly working that wheel against the wind, against trucks passing you. You know, it's definitely challenging, and it's a little nerve-wracking. I'm sure I'll get more comfortable driving it, and not that I don't feel confident or safe or out of control. I'm in control the whole time, but it's just a learning curve, and it's just getting to be more comfortable and loosening up the grip on that steering wheel just a little bit, because I was white-knuckling it after that kid, man. I mean, that... Oh, man, that guy should win Father of the Year award. I mean, who lets their toddler loose on the side of a highway when you're pulled over to the shoulder? Who does that? So, we're going to take a little break, use the restroom, get something to drink, walk the dog, and then we're going to hit the road again. Next.
Alright guys, we made it here to Virginia Beach. So glad. I am a nervous wreck. Rob's better than I am and he was driving. But we're here and I'm glad. So he's unhooking the car right now. And then we're going to pull on in to the driveway.
Well, we made it here. Safe and sound. We're going to go visit family for a little bit and get something to eat. And we'll see what this couple of weeks brings us here down in Virginia Beach.